Hi guys, I would like to explain how I would simplify this expression. So before I do that, I always try to emphasize that cosine function, here you should think of this input as angle and this output as a real value, right? And then similarly, for any inverse function, and then you should think of this, this should be a real value, and the output of a inverse cosine, inverse trig function should be angle. So with this in mind, and let's try this problem. So here we have a cosine function. Cosine of a function, you should think of this as an angle, right? This sine inverse should be an angle. So therefore I would say, okay, my angle is equal to sine inverse of x over 3. Now this is the let me use this, instead of using a word angle, I'm going to use a theta. Okay, so in other words, this angle is equal to sine inverse of x over 3. This is equivalent to say that sine, this is equivalent, okay, this is equivalent to say that sine of this angle is equal to x over 3. Now this is we now can draw a right triangle. I'm gonna call this as my theta, and you know sine is opposite over hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse. So therefore my opposite is, I'm gonna assign my opposite as x. My hypotenuse is 3, so therefore this is x, this is 3. Okay, I'm sorry, I wrote it wrong. This is 3. So now take a look at what you have here. You're trying to find cosine of this sine inverse of x over 3, which is the angle, right? This is the angle that I have. And now this angle in the graph is right here. This is the angle. And cosine is defined to be adjacent over hypotenuse. And my adjacent is, this is the side of adjacent, because I do know the hypotenuse and I do know one of the leg. I know this is going to be by Pythagorean theorem. It's 3 squared, which is 9, minus the x squared. So with that, I can now say, hey, adjacent is square root of 9 minus x over x squared over hypotenuse, which is 3. So that's how I solve this problem. Okay. So again, a quick recap. It's very important that you treat the input of a regular trig function as angle, output as value, and for the inverse, the input is a value, output is an angle, so that you can correctly interpret each one and draw the figure.